Hi everyone, thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about using Google Calendar and Google Tasks. And I know for most of you it's just normal and nothing new. And for me too, I used to use it before. But what happened was like 10 years ago, I used to use, or 10, 15 years ago, I loved using planners and I loved writing, writing in like handwriting on the planner. And especially I loved vertical, 1 week view. And everything I do, I put in time. If I had a task, I plan a specific date and write that in so that I know when I'm gonna do it. And if I have a bigger task, I cut it into smaller pieces, and I put it in different dates and times so I know when I'm gonna do the small step to get to the big step. And so that was when I was working full-time, and when I was workaholic. I'm still maybe workaholic, but I love working and I loved achieving things and writing tasks and planning, and I was really into it. But after I became I left full-time job and I became an entrepreneur or freelancer and started doing more my own scheduling and not so much of 9 to 5. I stopped using that planner. First of all, because I didn't have 9 to 5 job, so I didn't have too much to write in. And then soon after, I had my first son had cancer, so even that affected, because we can never plan anything with cancer treatment and going to hospital frequently, and there's emergency. So that's another factor that kept me away from planning or using planner. I think back then using planner or making plans was really connected to work for me. So after my son got cancer, of course it was really important for me to work and earn money to support the family. But at the same time, it was really important for me to have quality time with the family and not too focused on work, but more focused on life. So because the association with the task planning or scheduling with work, I gradually stayed away from planners or using online calendar. Then what happened recently is because I moved to the States and new life has started. And of course, I'm still the same. I want to keep a good work-life balance, and I don't want to be workaholic, because if I don't be intentional about it, I think I have tendency to be kind of workaholic. So I try to be very intentional about having me time or doing things that I enjoy doing. And then I was thinking about, how am I spending my time? Especially with my son, because here in the States, since the day he arrived, the school wasn't in person, it was online. So he stayed home all the time, and my work is all online. And we had time at home, and I was wondering how effective am I using the time, because we have time so much. Are we really having quality time? And I started wondering, how much time am I really using effectively with my family and myself? So I started using Google Calendar to kind of track what I'm doing. So whatever I do, every 30 minutes, I try to put as a task and see the whole day what I did, how I spent time. And so something like, every morning I do meditation and journaling. I go for an hour and a half walk, then take a shower and get ready. And these things, I put everything as either task or event. And another reason that I started doing that was like I tried to stay away from social media. I still use it as an output method because I want to send message through YouTube or Facebook, or I want to talk about what I do at work or what I do for work, things like that. So I use it, but I try to avoid unconscious digital input. So I try to consciously input whatever information I need and consciously output whatever information I need to output. So I try to kind of designate certain time for social network time or YouTube time so that I can avoid, like, keep just scrolling the screen or keep watching YouTube or something. That helped too because I have like 30-minute YouTube video making, commenting on social media or something. So it's not unconscious, but it's designated time. That helped too. So what I realize is, of course, I have a lot of tasks and, related to work. And it helped to be more efficient, I think, about my work because I use Google Calendar. But more than that, it helped me so much to have quality time or quality me time using Google Calendar and offline time. So I am really enjoying it. It sounds contradictory because I'm using digital device in order to get more offline quality time, but it's helping me a lot and I love it. And especially with the Apple Watch, it reminds me, what task to do and what event to do. So like, oh, okay, it's time. And another good thing about that is because I designate usually 30 minutes for whatever, so I don't get to unconsciously keep doing that. So like I can like, oh, okay, 30 minutes, let's do something else. So for my personality, I think it's helping me a lot. Maybe for some people you need more longer time to really focus and devote yourself and keep doing something, but I have the kind of personality that I want to do a little bit of everything. And then I feel too overwhelmed if I have a really big task. So yeah, 30 minutes you do something, and after 30 minutes is gone, you kind of tell yourself, okay, you did good. No matter how much the outcome it is, but you spend 30 minutes, so you're good. You move on and do something else. So at the end of the day, when I look back on the calendar, I have the events and tasks that I've done. And most of the tasks, of course, are related. I mean, a lot of the tasks are related to work, but a lot of the tasks are also about self-care and me time. So like I told you, like walking, journaling, meditation, or making YouTube videos, or playing with my son. So I feel very balanced at the end of the day. And so I really appreciate using Google Calendar and Google Tasks for self-care. That's something I learned. These calendars or planners are not just for your work, but to make sure that you spend certain time for yourself, for something you love, for something you want to do. So today I just wanted to share my joy of using Google Calendar and Google Tasks for your self-care. So I would like to hear about your story also. What do you do to make sure you get time for your self-care? I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel today.